Hello and welcome to another episode of Ken's Training. Today's training is going to be on a restroom floor drain trap primer. The call came through, today's a Monday, call came through on a Friday after we had gone home. Hey, the bathroom area smells like a sewer. Came in on Monday and the bathroom didn't smell, but the first thing I wanted to check was the floor drain. I checked it with my flashlight, and I'll show you that in a second. And sure enough, the trap at the bottom of the floor drain is dry, indicating that the trap primer, which is this small plumbing device that's about this big, and what it does is it interconnects into the cold water line. As someone flushes a toilet or something like this, it does a little spurt of water like this psh, psh, every time someone does something, and it just constantly bleeds a small amount of water into the floor drain P-trap in an effort to prevent sewer gases from backing up. Mind you, this only happens when the sewer gas system has a positive pressure. Right now the trap, I haven't even primed it manually, I've just left it alone, and there's no sewer gases in here because the sewer system right now is either at a atmospheric pressure or below atmospheric pressure, so it's not in positive pressure. So anyways, so that's it, and then I'll show you the steps that we need to fix and troubleshoot this. Alright, here's the floor drain in the restroom. Now, you're looking through a grate, so it can be difficult to see. So what I do is I take my flashlight, I put it through, just lay it there on top, and then while I'm looking down, what I'll do is I'll see if I can't get you the best angle. What you want to do is you want to see the exact bottom of the trap. Hang on. I'm just trying to show you this as best I can. It might take a second for me to get the best angle. Let's see here. Right there, possibly. Yeah, I keep going out of focus. Anyways, when you're looking at it in person, not through the camera, it's dry. So the next thing you want to do is you want to locate where the trap primer is located. So what you do is you look along your wall here, and you're looking for access panels. So I go over here to the next stall, middle stall. There's two panels here, two access panels. So I already opened them up. This one over here is housing for a shutoff valve. So that if there's a problem, you use that blue handle valve and you shut off the water to these toilets. Over here is where the access panel should have been located for the trap primer, but when you look in here, you'll see that the only thing I'm looking at there is a 2-inch sewer pipe or vent pipe. There's no trap primer right here. So what I did was I got my inspection mirror and I started looking around, and put my flashlight in here. It's going to be a little hard to do with all three hands here. So what I did was I looked around here to try to find where the trap primer is. So this is the way that I found it. So when I was using that method, I did find it, and I'll show you where it's located. It is located right in this stall, right behind that blue tape. Now, using the inspection mirror, I could see that there was a piece of wood on this side so it goes ceramic tile. There's a 2-inch or an inch and a half thick block of wood, like a 2x6, and then they put on the other side of that the trap primer. So what I have to do is I need to go into the wall that's on the other side of the wall here, and I'll show you that right now to show you what that looks like. It's in an electrical room. Alright, so here I am in the electrical room, and just utilizing a tape measure, we have determined that right where that blue tape is at right there, right on the other side of that drywall is where the trap primer is approximately located. You see, this is not a good situation. I have all these conduits that I got to deal with. I'm not going to be able to turn my wrenches very much, but I'm committed because this is where it's located. That is the part that has failed. This is where I need to gain access to. My next thing is to break open this wall and see what we can find. Okay, so I opened up the first access hole, and now you can actually see the trap primer located right there. You see a bunch of calcium deposits located here at the top as if it's been, I don't know, in a poor condition for a long time. There is a shut-off valve with the blue handle right here, and there is a union right there where I could potentially break this thing apart. It's going to be tough to get wrenches on this whole thing no matter what I do. Even turning the wrenches, because of this limited access. You can also see that 2x6 block of wood I had talked about earlier. There it is right there. This is the prevailing reason. Well, there's a couple reasons. Also, I didn't have to disturb the ceramic tile, so coming on this side makes much more logical sense than going on the other side. All I've got is drywall, no ceramic. But because of that block of wood, it would have been silly to go on the other side anyways. But on this side of the wall, I do have a whole bunch of conduits. So I don't even know if it's going to be possible, but my first step is going to be to shut that water off with the blue handle and then break this thing apart and then see if I can't remove this assembly and clean it out. If I can fix it, great. If not, I'll have to replace it with some type of a replacement. That's what I'm going to be working on right now, and I'll see if I can't break that apart with a couple of wrenches. If not, I'll have to use a small tubing cutter, the micro tubing cutter, and actually cut that half-inch copper right there line in order to get this thing apart so I can start spinning it out. So that's what I'm working on now. Okay, I got the trap primer out of the wall. Here it is right here. It says that it's a model PPP trap primer, model P-2, and anyways, there it is right there. You got severe calcium, magnesium on the top. Looking at it straight up and down, okay, like that. You can see a bunch of crustation in there. It's possible that this is just going to have to be replaced. I'll clean it up, take it apart, clean it up, see what I can do. Otherwise, I'll just have to get another one of those trap primers. I might have one in inventory downstairs. One other problem that I experienced is that even though I had this blue valve, half-inch valve shut off, it was leaking pretty bad, and it started leaking down and flooding out this area pretty bad. So I had to go inside the women's restroom and shut off the valve upstream of this one. And so even though the valve upstream of this one is shut off, you can still see that this one here is dripping. So another problem that we're experiencing. We're trying to capture that with the bucket down there right now, but you know, just part of the plumbing problems that you come across. So while the restroom's out of service because I've got the toilets off, we'll work on this right now. Alright, so here we are, we're underneath the sink. Here's the trap primer, and we took it apart, cleaned out. There's a strainer right in this section. I cleaned out that strainer. I tried to adjust the needle seat, the valve here, which is like operating an internal plunger. And then I just connected a 3/8 inch to 1/2 inch metal flexible line so I could do a test out here without going in the wall. So when you open the valve, this is how much water comes out. I've tried to adjust it here, and it is not allowing me to adjust. I've played around with it. I've been playing with it for a few minutes here, trying to get it to get a better adjustment here. But no matter what I do, it just keeps doing that. So it looks like this part is just not going to work for us at all. We're going to get a replacement trap. So here we are back here. We have our brand new trap primer, which is right here. It's a MyFab model number MR500, and it was about $45 at Irvine Pipe and Supply. The overall size is almost identical to the one I removed. It's slightly shorter, but I'm not going to be installing it with the union the way that they had it. What I've already done is I've already cut out where the union was located. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this clear poly tubing on here, on like that with the hose clamp, one here at the top and one here at the bottom. So I cut out a small section of pipe. This here was the inside the wall was the union right there. So basically I already cut this section out, so I'm going to put in new polyvinyl from here to here and just connect it with hose clamps. I already got that on there with brand new Teflon tape. That's ready. That's fresh Teflon tape here, ready to screw in. When I screw it in, I'll try to have it so that the nameplate is facing me, so it's easy to read if I can. And I like the clear vinyl because this way, when it's in operation, I can hopefully see the water discharging out of it. So the next shot you'll see is actually installed in the wall. Alright, here's the final product inside the wall. I've got the valve opened. I had a couple of leaks that were leaking right around that joint right there, but pretty much got those leaks solved up. Now we've got it all, the water turned on, and now I'm going to show you the operation of how this works. I've got my assistant inside flushing the toilet. Now you'll notice that every time he flushes the toilet, it's going to disperse through that clear tubing right there a small amount of liquid. Right there, did you see that? That's going to the trap and the floor, and so that means that every time someone uses the toilet, just a small amount of that liquid right there, water, is just going to keep that trap primed, and that's just how it operates. So there you go. I just wanted to give you a demonstration, show you the final product. There it is right there. Okay, all that's left here is to patch up the wall, but whenever I make a plumbing repair, what I like to do is I like to leave the wall open for at least 24 hours, and then we'll come back here tomorrow. We'll check down inside here to make sure that everything is dry, and also we'll check the piping here to make sure that there's no leaks that we have to address, because I certainly don't want to button up the wall right away with potentially a water leak in back of there. And this is just an electrical room closet, so we'll just simply wait. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that, and that's it. Thank you.